Thank you for having me on this interview. Virtual machine, popularly known as VM, is essentially a software-based computer that runs within a physical computer. It behaves as if it's a separate machine, but it makes use of the hardware component of the host. This virtual machine relies on several key components to function. Among these components, the hypervisor, the hardware, that's the virtual hardware, the guest operating system, and the hard disk, which is the virtual disk. The hypervisor is essentially the software layer that creates, manages, and runs virtual machines. It acts as the bridge between the physical hardware and the virtual environment. It is responsible for allocating resources to every part of the server. I help them to share power, they allocate storage and networking. Examples of hypervisors are the type 1 hypervisors and the type 2 hypervisors. The type 1 hypervisors run directly on the host software. Second component is the virtual hardware. Every virtual machine is assigned a virtualized resource or virtualized resources. And these resources include the central processing units, CPUs, the random access memory, the storage drives, and network adapters. Third one is the guest operating system, which I will term GOS. GOS is the operating system installed inside the virtual machine, such as the Windows server or Linux. The guest OS operates independently and can run applications just like it would on a physical computer. So the virtual disk of the VM serves as the hard drive, and it stores the operating system, the applications, and all data. And virtual disks make it easy to back up and move applications and data in the virtual environment. When it comes to leveraging virtualization in business setting, I see several major advantages. The first one is the virtualization enables server consolidation. What does this mean? This means that instead of purchasing and spending money in multiple physical servers, businesses can make use of the virtual server by purchasing maybe one or two physical machines or computer and creating or deploying servers in those two physical machines. They cost money, and by purchasing maybe 10 physical servers, it may result to millions of my local currency, which is about thousands of dollars in the international market. So by the time they deploy virtual machines in one or two physical machines, they save cost. And the cost of maintaining machines is not easy. Talking about powers, talking about space, talking about the cooling system. So the more the physical machine, the more money is spent on purchasing them, on managing these resources in their physical environment. So the disaster recovery and the testing. Administrators can take snapshots of virtual machines before making changes. And if updates to this system causes any problem, or quickly restore the virtual machines to its previous original state. So virtual environment also allows organizations to test new software and configurations, and also allowed updates without affecting the production systems in the organization. The third one and the last one is that it supports scalability and remote work. If businesses, there are demands in businesses, the business owners, the director executive can easily scale their businesses to meet demand. They can easily deploy virtual machines to meet demand. For example, in festive periods, there are demands for purchasing of gift items, clothing items, and if these demands increases, they can easily deploy whatever they need to deploy in the virtual environment to meet demands. And also, employees of these companies can easily work from anywhere with the aid of the virtual desktop infrastructure. Leveraging on virtualization, business owners can reduce costs, improve resilience, enhance security, and scale resources more effectively. And these benefits make virtualization a valuable technology for organizations of all sizes.